Hello everyone and welcome back. This is going to be my second layout where I'm featuring how to use up your stash while still enjoying the latest collections and trends without guilt. So this is my Expand Your Collection. So the collection that I'm using is the Crepe Paper Poolside. These were the 4 papers that I started with. As you can tell, I've used some in the last layout, and so now I'm ready to do my second one. And what the photos that I've chosen are 3 little photos. Again, they're back, Throwback Thursday, way back 20 years. So today I'm thinking that I'm going to use teal and pink, so I can use both sides of that paper. That side, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to save this for another color scheme that I'm working on. So I'm going to primarily work with teal and pink, and I may pull in just a little bit of the yellow. And so what I'm thinking about today is I think I'm going to use this as most of my background possibly, and then I have this teal aqua cardstock that I think I'm going to mount it on, and then I'm just going to cut up some of these papers and add in my stash. Some of the papers that I have left from the last layout that's going to match in is again from the Sweet Girl collection. I have some teal and pink from it. I have some of this Jelly Bean Soup with the pink butterflies, and then just some other random. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in. So this is some of my older stash that I'm going to be pulling in. I have sticker sheets. I've pulled out some embellishment. Some of my newer, but not newest, is Maggie Holmes Confetti. So this has pink and teal in it. I have these again. I have some more of these stickers possibly. I have the Up in the Clouds drops, the Pink Fresh Up in the Clouds epoxy stickers. I also have the chipboard title pieces here, thickers. So that's what I'm looking at doing, and let's get started. Okay, so for the first thing that I did, I took this paper that had the aqua little plus signs on it, and I cut about 1 inch off 2 different sides, and I'm just going to mat it onto my aqua cardstock here, and that's going to be the base of my layout. And then I had this floral print, and I kind of wanted it to be in the center and the grounding part of my layout to kind of pull in all of the colors that I was planning on using. The pink, the teal, and the yellow, like I said. And so if you remember, I had cut the little triangles off this paper, and so it was already kind of angled. And what I decided to do was just to tear. So I tore both ends of that so that I could use all of that paper there that I had cut off on the diagonal. And so I was really happy with that. I thought that kind of gave it some texture and some fun. I'm not sure if tearing your paper is getting back into style or not. It's you see it in a lot of trends right now, and it's something I shy away from because it's something that I did in the olden days, and I feel like, you know, we've evolved since then. But it is really cute, and it's coming back, and so I'm adding it in and kind of enjoying doing it. So I really didn't have a game plan for this layout other than I was thinking of keeping one photo as the main focus, and then the 2 other ones I'm going to end up cutting down smaller, and I was just going to cluster those at the bottom. So I'm kind of making a diagonal pattern across the top right down to the bottom left. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. And like I said, at the moment I had no idea really other than that I was going to do. And so I had that scrap piece of aqua that had the pink florals on the bottom, and I decided to use that as my photo mat, and I wanted to make it larger because at the time I was thinking I might put my title over there, but I end up not. You'll see me, I move my title around all over the place. but I ended up putting my journaling there. But I knew I wanted that space, and then I matted it onto the pink paper from Poolside, and I kind of angled it a little bit just for some added interest. And then this pink strip was just one of the sticker pieces from the Cartabella True Friends Alpha sticker, or either the Echo Park Sweet Girl. I'm not sure. I worked with both of those sticker sheets, so it's one or the other. So you would have seen it probably, well, actually I showed them in the last video, so if you really, really want to know, you can find it there. And I just went ahead and angled the ends of that over the top. And when you saw me, I played with these bottom two photos for quite a while because I couldn't quite decide if I wanted a gap between the top photos and the bottom photos to keep that strip showing, or if I wanted to close it all up and bring them all together and not have any gaps and spaces. So you'll see me messing with that quite a bit as I decide, and I don't really commit to it until I'm almost done. So see here, you see me and I'm kind of pushing them up, which both ways look nice and they're both correct. So you could do either way that you wanted. I end up pulling them down and leaving that gap because I'm going to end up using my title there. So if I'd kept them closed up, I had this viewfinder I've been trying to use for a long time because I really like it. And I had it over to the left and then I pulled it into the center. Again, depending on where you're going with your design on this layout, either way could be right. If you want to do more of a blocky design, then it's great where it's at. Where I ended up deciding I wanted to pull the design out across the angle of the page, it's going to end up coming out and going up behind those pieces that I'm building to the right-hand side there, that little card that has the heart. So for now, I'm just moving around. I had all of these little pieces from an ephemera pack that I had from a kit club back several months ago, probably winter time, maybe last summer, I don't know. I think it might be from Maggie Holmes, I'm not sure, and I didn't pull out the packaging to find out. But I had all of these little odds and end pieces in the bowl on my desk that I have been trying to use, and so I decided to just pile them all in and cluster them up behind my photo. And you'll see I was trying to pull more of the teal in, but this little scrap paper that I had was just really not the right shade. And even though I'm putting in different values of the teal colored, and it could work, there was nothing else matching, and so I ended up just kind of tossing it aside. And so here's where I've decided, nope, I think I want to keep it just pretty much all diagonal across the page, and so I moved that viewfinder up there towards the top, and it's going to stay there, and then I start putting in these other little cards. And one of them said City Park Festival, so I thought that was kind of cute because this is at a craft fair that we used to do a long time ago when my oldest was just, I think he's 3 years old here, so 21 years ago, 22 years ago. So I thought it kind of tied in, and I don't know, I have these hang-ups with using words on layouts that have totally nothing to do with the photos or whatever, so I think that's why I've had a hard time using that. So this time it's like, oh, this was a festival, it'll work in there, and so I'm tucking it in. But even though I'm going to cover a lot of it up, you're not even going to read it. So then I have these label stickers again, which I showed all of these in the last video as well. So they're from the Lily Bee label stickers, and then the ones to the left are from Chicken Nitty, and they are from the Scrumptious Journal Tags is what they are. And when I put it on there, I really liked the aqua color and all that, and but they're white tags, and everything else I had was either distressed or an off-white kind of aged paper. And so the way I kind of fixed that was just with my inks, and I brushed it across the whole top so that it would kind of distress it and put it in, and then it matched right in. The colors are really perfect. It was just the white background of those stickers was a little bit honking. So that's one thing that you want to watch for. If you're mixing a lot of different collections, it's normally best to keep with either white or off-white. Now that's not to say you cannot mix them, because I do mix them quite a bit. But if you lay it down and you like it, but yet something's wrong, then start looking at that, and you can of course always just distress the top of it and pull it in. Okay, so here's my American Craft title thicker words that I had that are newer that's with this collection, and I decided to use the word fun from it. And then I have the alpha stickers that I have used, and those are from the Cartabella True Friends collection. And so I have those, and I was trying to build the title up at the top, but when I put it there, it was just kind of the wrong length, and it really didn't settle well. So I just used my packaging to pick it all up so that I can move it around, because I hadn't put it on my wax paper so that I could do that, because I thought I was pretty set that it was going to go up at the top. So I just picked it up with my packaging, and that worked great. And so I'm just moving it around. I knew I kind of wanted to fill in that gap with the title, and I really wanted to do the Quell Oaks. That was the name of the show that we were at. But I liked that up there with the teal. And so then I ended up settling on bringing it to the bottom, and that works perfect because this is a bolder color than anything else in the layout, so it carries a lot of weight. So by putting it at the very bottom of the layout, towards the bottom of the design, that bottom left corner, then that pulls everything down and it kind of anchors it. And so then I can keep my kind of subtitle towards the center. And even though it's bigger, it works because it's paler in color. The pink's really light, and the fun is, what do I say? It's big, but it's not really grabbing your attention. It's not bold like that dark pink is. And so then, since I had the dark pink at the bottom, I needed just a little bit of dark pink up at the top. And so I found this word sticker on one of the True Friends collection sheet that says Playmates. And so I stuck that up on the label sticker. And then it's like, well, I needed just a little bit more blue because the blue in the fun is more truer blue than the aqua. And so I found one of these Embellishing camera stickers and put it up at the top. And then I'm going to take the arrows from the Up in the Clouds collection and put down at the bottom with that title because I needed to pull some blue down there. So I'm just trying to repeat all of those colors in all of my little clusters of embellishments. And then it was time to do the yellow. And so I had these wood bead drops, and I end up playing with some different colors on them, but I trade them all out in the end for just yellow on all three, just to tie in the yellow from all of the clusters. And that's going to wrap up this layout. I'm so happy to get these memories put down. These are actually pictures of my son and a friend that he made at the craft shows that we used to do. And he, like I said, he was only 3, and that's a long time to have a 3-year-old at a show. And he found this other little girl that came with her grandmother, and they would play each time that we set up. We set up twice a year, and they became the best of friends. And so I really wanted to get this memory down. So I'll put the photos here that you can see up close. You can also visit my blog and see more details. All the links to the products will be below and on my blog. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back next week for the 3rd layout in this series. Bye!